What's up, Steelers fans? Welcome back to the channel, where we keep you updated on everything black and gold. This week, we've got a lot to dive into. Fines from the NFL following last week's heated rivalry game against the Browns, and big questions looming over the quarterback situation for 2025. Before we get into it, smash that like button to support the Steelers community, and if you're not already part of the family, hit that subscribe button. Alright, let's get started. It was another chippy showdown in the Steelers-Browns rivalry during Week 12, and the NFL has made its voice heard. A few Steelers players, including Donte Jackson and Damontae Kazee, were hit with fines for unnecessary roughness, alongside Cleveland safety Grant Delpit. Let's break it down. Donte Jackson was fined a hefty $22,511 for leading with his helmet on a fourth-quarter tackle against Browns wide receiver Jerry Jeudy. It was a tough play where Jackson, in the heat of the moment, lowered his head to make the stop. While it's his first infraction of the season, it was enough to draw the league's attention. Jackson, who came over from the Panthers in an off-season trade for Deontay Johnson, has been a key contributor this year, starting all 11 games for Pittsburgh. Damontae Kazee, known for his aggressive style, was fined $11,255 for driving Cleveland's Mike Ford Jr. into the Steelers' bench during a punt in the first quarter. Kazee has a reputation for his physicality. Last year alone, he racked up 5 fines and even a suspension for a brutal hit late in the season. Despite his rugged style, Kazee's contributions on defense can't be ignored. Both players will suit up for the Steelers in their pivotal Week 13 matchup against the Bengals, but the fines raise questions about where the line should be drawn between aggressive play and reckless behavior. Now, let's shift gears to one of the biggest storylines in Steelers Nation, the future of the quarterback position. Both Russell Wilson and Justin Fields are on expiring contracts, and the team faces a monumental decision heading into the offseason. Here's the situation. Russell Wilson, at 35 years old, was signed to a one-year veteran minimum deal after being cut by the Broncos in a move that shook the NFL. Since joining the Steelers, Wilson has appeared in 5 games, completing 63.1% of his passes for 1,212 yards, 7 touchdowns, and just 2 interceptions. He's also shown flashes of his classic mobility, though his rushing stats aren't what they used to be. Justin Fields, 25, came to Pittsburgh in a trade with the Bears, and the former first-round pick has been a dual-threat weapon. In 6 starts this season, he's thrown for 1,106 yards and 5 touchdowns while rushing for 274 yards and 5 more scores. Fields' ability to make plays with his legs has added a new dimension to the Steelers' offense, but his long-term fit is uncertain after Pittsburgh declined his 5th-year option. According to NFL insider Jonathan Jones, there's a strong desire within the Steelers organization to keep both quarterbacks for 2025. However, that might not be realistic, as both players will likely garner significant interest from QB-needy teams. NFL executives are already speculating about what Wilson's next contract could look like. Opinions range widely. Some believe he could command as much as $25 to $35 million annually if he finishes the season strong and leads the Steelers deep into the playoffs. Others think he might settle into a $10 to $12 million range, serving as a reliable bridge quarterback for a team not ready to commit to a long-term option. As for Fields, his youth and athleticism make him an intriguing option. His improved accuracy and decision-making this year have turned heads, but concerns about his consistency remain. Given the Steelers' offensive scheme and personnel, Fields' mobility has been a great fit, but the question is whether the team sees him as their quarterback of the future. The Steelers have a big decision to make this offseason. Do they stick with Wilson, whose veteran savvy and leadership have steadied the offense, or do they bet on Fields' upside and ability to evolve into a franchise quarterback? Here's what makes this debate so fascinating. Wilson brings experience and poise, but at 35, he's closer to the end of his career. His ceiling for the Steelers might be a 2- or 3-year run with playoff potential. Fields, at 25, offers a longer window of potential but comes with more risk. If he continues to develop, he could become the kind of dynamic quarterback the Steelers haven't had in decades. And let's not forget the financial side. Both players are pending free agents, and the Steelers will need to navigate their cap space carefully to build a competitive roster around whichever quarterback they choose, or both, if they can find a way to make it work. Before we get too far ahead of ourselves, there's an important game to focus on this Sunday. The Steelers face a divisional showdown against the Bengals, and both Wilson and Fields will be key to Pittsburgh's success. The Bengals' defense has been aggressive all season, and whichever quarterback takes the reins will need to play smart, efficient football to keep Pittsburgh in control. It's another chance for both players to make their case for why they should be the Steelers' long-term answer at QB. Steelers Nation, let's address the elephant in the room. After snapping a 5-game winning streak with a narrow loss to the Browns, the Steelers now sit at 8-3, still leading the AFC North and maintaining a perfect 5-0 record against winning teams. Yet, if you listen to some of the noise outside, you'd think the sky is falling. But here's the truth. Inside the UPMC Rooney Sports Complex, it's business as usual. Players are preparing, coaches are strategizing, and the focus is squarely on their upcoming matchup against the Bengals. We're highly familiar with these guys, but I'm sure they're highly familiar with us as well. That's the beauty of AFC North football. It's urgent, it's exciting, and it's the kind of challenge we embrace. This isn't a team that panics. This is a team that prepares. When it comes to staying mentally sharp, quarterback Russell Wilson shared some valuable insight. This game is about the next play, the next moment. It's not about multiplying drives over and over again. It's about being great in this moment. That's how you get touchdowns, conversions, and success. Wilson's veteran mindset has been a steadying presence for this team. While the loss to Cleveland stung, it wasn't due to a lack of effort or preparation. Sometimes, in football, things just don't go your way. Wilson has been instrumental in maintaining the Steelers' composure. With another AFC North battle on the horizon, his leadership will be crucial in helping the team bounce back. The AFC North isn't just any division, it's a battlefield. The Steelers are heading into their third consecutive divisional matchup, this time against the Bengals. These games are always intense, physical, and unpredictable, but they're also where the Steelers shine. During the 5-game winning streak, the Steelers showcased their ability to handle adversity and thrive in high-pressure situations. That same mentality will be key as they face a Bengals team hungry to climb the divisional ladder. We're excited to put the group to work in preparation for this opportunity. This is the kind of football we live for. So, why is there so much chatter outside the Steelers' locker room? It comes down to expectations. After a strong start to the season, fans and analysts alike have high hopes for this team. The loss to the Browns didn't just end a winning streak, it gave critics ammunition to question whether the Steelers are as dominant as their record suggests. But here's the thing, great teams aren't defined by one loss. They're defined by how they respond to it. And this team, they're ready to respond. This isn't just any game, it's a chance to prove that the Steelers are still the team to beat in the AFC North. A win against the Bengals would improve their record to 9-3, keeping them atop the division. Guarantee Mike Tomlin's 19th consecutive winning season, an incredible milestone in itself. Add another divisional win to their resume, which could prove crucial in playoff seeding. The Bengals, for their part, are no pushovers. They're familiar with Pittsburgh's playstyle, and they'll be looking to exploit any weaknesses. But the Steelers have something special: resilience, leadership, and a chip on their shoulder. Let's be real, Steelers Nation. This team is in a fantastic position. Here's why you should stay confident. With Tomlin at the helm and players like Wilson setting the tone, this team has a culture of accountability and focus. The defense remains one of the league's best, capable of making game-changing plays when it matters most. The Steelers' ability to win against top-tier teams speaks volumes about their potential. The Bengals game isn't just a test, it's an opportunity to make a statement. All right, Steelers Nation, now it's your turn. What's your take on the NFL's fines? Were they fair, or is the league being too harsh on players in high-intensity rivalry games? And let's talk quarterbacks. Who do you want to see leading the black and gold in 2025, Russell Wilson or Justin Fields? Should the Steelers try to keep both, or is it time to commit to one and move on from the other? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And while you're at it, hit that like button to support the channel and make sure you're subscribed for all the latest Steelers news and analysis. We'll be back with a full breakdown after the Bengals game. Let's go, Steelers! This week has been a whirlwind for Steelers fans, with fines from the NFL adding fuel to the rivalry with the Browns and major questions looming about the future of the quarterback position. As always, the focus remains on bringing the Lombardi Trophy back to Pittsburgh, and every decision the team makes will be aimed at getting closer to that goal. Thanks for tuning in, Steelers Nation, and as always, go Steelers!